This is the date today is 3/15/2021, the Ides of March. And we're right here. Today's the Ides of March, and we're at Verner Soloman, and we're on Alvard Road, Alvard in Evansville, Indiana. What's the address here, Vern?
761
Alvard
Boulevard,
Evansville, Indiana. And Verner Soloman was born in Martins Gap, Kentucky. And he's had a lot of experiences in his life, and some of his work is genealogy. I'll show you a little bit of this here, and we'll go over each photo. We're going to do this for just a little bit of time, and I'm showing his books that he's done. We're going to White Plains, Kentucky today to show a Masonic Lodge, all that he has done for this area. So Verner has done this on his own spare time at Willard Library, and this is only 50 years of work. Verner, can you say a few things about what it's taught you of all the study you've done here?
just where my family come from.
Where they came from, you know more about yourself because you know more about your family.
Well, not really, just about the same.
About the same. Why did you move from Martins Gap to Evansville, Indiana?
Well, I didn't want to coal mine or farming, so I had to go somewhere.
And those two people behind you in the picture, who are those two people, that man and woman?
That's my dad's father and his mother.
What's their name?
Raymond Robert Soloman, and she was and her name was Virginia Ellen Glover. He was his first wife of Bob Solomon.
And were they from Martins Gap?
No, they were from Christian County.
Crittenden County?
Around Serena Springs and up in there.
Yeah. Okay, now just point these pictures out that you've done here, or tell me when you were born, where you were born, and tell me why, when you left Martins Gap and what you did in Evansville for a living.
Well, as I said, I didn't want to go in a coal mine, I didn't want to farm, so I came to Evansville and I had two choices. Either go into manufacturing or into meat cutting, which had already started in meat cutting, so I stayed at it, been 41 years at it.
Then after you did that, sometime you'd have a day off or a half day off. Tell us what you did when you went to Willard Library.
Spent a lot of time going through books, looking for stuff about my ancestry.
And well, your afternoon off, and you did that for close to 50 years, and you've compiled all these books and information on ancestry, about your ancestry.
Yes.
That's mostly in Hopkins County, Kentucky. And name the several families that Solomon, and then tell me the other families that you've studied.
Well, my mother was a Baldwin. So
Baldwins.
And one of her ancestors married a Green.
So a Green.
And as I said, her name was a Glover. Benz was another name.
Glover and Benz.
Benz, M-I-N-N-S.
M-I-N-N-S and Glover. Uh-huh.
And it's so many of them, it's hard to keep track of them.
And it looks like you did a lot of pictures of the people themselves and their ancestry. You did stickmen, or the family tree. You also birth dates, death dates, and a lot of times even some tombstones too.
Oh, yes.
So I'll just show you a picture, just as a general picture of what he's done. This is his grandpa right here that was behind him. But you look at the work he's done, it has a picture of W.R. Bob Salmon, Wayman Salmon. It's got his birth date and death date there. Then there's his grandma right there that had a picture behind him.
And this is his mother. This is his mother.
This is that's Wayman's mother.
Yes.
And then right there is
and this was Uncle George, her brother.
Her brother, Uncle George. And then these four people here,
Well, this is my mother's side of the family. That's my that's my mother. That's her mother and her father. And this is I think this is Will. Yeah, this is
The Baldwins.
yeah, this Baldwin. That's my grandfather and his brother Sam, and Rebecca, and Laura.
But see, these are for a genealogist. Having good photos like that is absolutely superb. Giving birth dates and death dates, but having good photos is crucial to a good genealogist study. It will help us many other generations. And down this lower one's a Green family. That's his family as well.
Yeah.
And then we've got many other families here that he's got listed. And who are the two ladies there?
This is an aunt. And this is my grandmother.
Grand and a grandma.
I don't know who she is.
And then those two ladies there.
Well, this one's my mother and her sister.
I got you.
She was a Larmouth. She married a Larmouth.
The next two down here are three.
You caught me there.
All right, he's looking it up, but he's got all the data there.
This is Rebecca Baldwin, married to Green, and this is a daughter. I think I put it on here. Yeah, Margaret Evelyn Green. That's a daughter.
And this last one down here is William Edward Baldwin.
That's my mother's father.
That's your mother's father right there, the last one. Yeah. Well, this is a good... We're going to come back here at another date and do this a little bit more in detail, and we'll go over each family. We'll go over each one of your... A later date here, Vernon will go over each one of these little books and just say the importance of them to you and go over the family members. I'm going to take some of these copies of things, take them down to White Plains, Kentucky at about 5 o'clock tonight with Charlie, and we're going to show it to Masonic Lodge. And they're all from Hopkins, Kentucky, Hopkins County, and this is a tremendous genealogy study for that county. A lot of them will probably be some of your relatives. Verner, I thank you for all your work, and we're putting it up on www.browninggenealogy.org and put it under Hopkins County, and we're entering all this information now. We scan and index all of his volumes of books over here that he's worked for 50 years on.